Hey guys, my name is Calvin Tice. I'm a photographer here at the Knoxville News Sentinel. If you've been following Tennessee Volunteers for the last 2 years, chances are you've probably seen an overhead photo I've taken from the catwalk. And I wanted to share some of the secret behind the scenes of how we do that. So I usually get here about 2 hours ahead of time, and that gives me enough time to get set up, bring all the stuff upstairs, get the flashes plugged in, and get this camera mounted. And if there's any trouble that arises, well, I got enough time to fix it. So the number one question I get is, Calvin, aren't you scared being up there all by yourself, way high up from the court, taking these photos? But in all honesty, I'm not even up here. It's being taken with a remote camera, and it all comes down really to the magic of these guys. These are Pocket Wizard radio triggers. I have one around my neck, and I use this to trigger a camera that's up here behind me on the catwalk. So number one rule is safety. Safety is number one, and that's why I have a million of these safety cables. Just metal cables. They wrap around these posts and around the camera strap so they don't fall, because God forbid this camera, which weighs like 12 pounds, falls all the way to the arena floor. And then I just come over here and I mount it to a bracket. And what's holding this whole thing together is two magic arms. Magic arms are just kind of like, consider them movable tripods, I guess. You can really mount these anywhere where there's a post or something solid that you can get around, and it's pretty solid. I can shake this whole thing and it won't move, and neither will this camera. Solid. So the reason I go through all this trouble to get 2 or 3 shots is because variety. I like having the ability to show all the action from as many angles as I can, whether that's overhead remote, a floor remote, handheld from different seating areas around the court. I always want to try to get the biggest scope and most variety of images as I can, because if they're all taken from the same spot the whole entire game, it gets boring. So whenever the opportunity presents itself to do something different, to give the viewer a different perspective of the game, to show them something really cool and to make them have that wow moment, that's really special, and that's important, and that's something I strive to do every day, is, you know, think outside the box and show people something that they usually won't be able to.